start your own state analysis. Does anybody try? I want to return their assignment or show me what they did. Has anybody else tried to do it yet? No? Okay. So we will redo the demo. This part of this to get you started. So again, we're going to be working off of the state analysis. Okay, so you may want to look at that online. But we don't finish today. You follow the directions. And then your state analysis you do by yourself. And individual groups will be sort of like that, but it'll be on a state level, not on a region level. So I'll show you where you can break off and do a region, or do the state off into the regions, okay, when we get to that point. Remember, like on this project, we're using the data that's already supplied by Superstore, by Appelbaum. Right here, make sure you don't click on EU Superstore because that'll be the wrong data. That'll be for Europe. We want to use the sample Superstore with the US data. And again, we don't worry about loading data. Very loaded into us and Tableau. Very handy feature, and they have a nice tutorial. So, and like I said before, we work with the online tutorial also has a very nice video demo. So it just shows you the steps as they're, as they go along. You can see how they repeat. And so if you don't understand how something's done, you can easily follow it on the document. And so how we start this, we're going to open up a new project. So again, we go down to Sample Superstore. And this is the same step you take even for your own state project. So we have our dimensions, which are quality or qualification type of data for the attributes, so like order dates and city and state and region. And the measures down here, the discounts, profit, quantity, sales dollars, more numerical quantitative data, right? So what we're going to do, we want to create our first visual here. We're going to take the order date, which is a attribute, right, a dimension. We're going to put that over here on columns. And we're going to take sales down here and put it in rows. So you should have a very basic graph that looks like this, right? So we have a nice line chart, a line graph here, and showing us the year. You can see the sales has gone up. Now remember that the context of this case is that you work for a company, and a sales manager wants to see how to improve sales, wants to know which items are doing poorly, which items could be better, where is this occurring, and right now we have a national number. This is only good for the whole country, not for a region, for a product. And so you need to dive down to this project to find out more about your state, about the product you're selling. Okay, so now we want to take from the dimensions, we're going to go to category. We may have to scroll down a little bit. We're going to category, and also put that in columns. So now I have an idea, Tableau automatically changed the type of graphic. So now it's a bar chart, vertical bar chart. And you see we have categories of furniture, office supplies, technology. And they're categorized by year. And this is our first example or our first exposure to a Tableau pivot table. Except this looks a lot easier to understand in Excel pivot table, right? So we made our first pivot table in Excel, in Tableau. So now we want to actually, if you want to, you can actually get more detailed information. If you want to, you can click on this little tab up here, and it can give you numbers. So if you want to make life easier for your user, you can put numbers where, so it's missing over here, I don't know why. We could put numbers there. You can put the number. We're going to do that. And this feature you can use it again. It goes up here. You just click it, and it just disappears. You want to take subcategory. We're going to add that to the columns as well. So now we have all of our sales. The top, the large categories are on top, the subcategories are on the bottom. So furniture consists of bookcases, chairs, furnishings, tables. And now we have a real more complex pivot table in Tableau. Okay, so you can see we can double click on a field to find, you can hover on it. You can see that it tells you it's furniture, chairs, and the sales dollars, right? So you want to make it look really messy, you can also click on label here, okay, and you can show mark labels. So this would be one way to make it messy if you wanted to, but we don't want to do that now. Okay, so in the tutorial's got different things you can try with the graphics. We can do that another time, or you can play around with it. Now we want to, under dimensions, we're going to our order date. It's up here. And we're going to select Show Filter. Right click, and you'll get the drop-down menu, Show Filter. So now we can filter it down so I can take out, if I'm only interested in 2018, that's all it shows. Right? Or running 2017, or I'll put all of them back in there. So you have your choice. So now we're going to filter by the year, so depending on what the user wants. We also want to do the same thing with subcategory. So boss wants to know what particular subcategories are selling and not selling, in which state and what years. So we're going to click on Show Filter for that one as well. Now we have all these categories here we can choose. So we could do binders or bookcases, tables, machines. So these are 3 different categories. We check and see how they're working, right? So we can also add add color to our view here, so we don't really see how it's profitable or not. So I'm going to clear all this here. Okay, so I'm going to take profit, add this to color, and now I can see that although some of items are selling well, they are not producing a great profit. So the table, for example, which is 2015 doing well. If I scroll over to 2018, I can see more clearly what's happened recently. So recently, for example, furniture again, tables not doing well. Previously, again, the year before didn't do well. Did so-so. Actually, so it's interesting. We can't find it here with tables. Okay. So you can see, like, we can track an item over time if we wanted to. So we could just get rid of everything but the tables and see how tables are doing. So you can see they really were losing money in 2018 as an overall country, okay, nationwide. But maybe individual areas are doing okay, or individual states doing okay. So we don't know. We've got to get more into this information. So let's get the idea of how we play with the data with Tableau. So we can also change the colors if we want, but the idea of, we want to do the best visualization practice for using opposing colors. So you can see more clearly blue or dark blue would be a positive result, or orange in this case would be a negative result. It can also be red or green. So if we want to change this, we can go click on here, get edit colors, and we could change the palette. So we could go from automatic to red, green, diverging. Click OK, and now we can see the difference with red and green, right? So in this case here, the red obviously doing poorly, the green are doing well. And the more vivid the green, the better the performance in terms of profitability per dollar. So the idea behind this is that we can visually understand. So we want to make sure that you don't have a color palette that doesn't make sense, right? So it's hard to see the differences. So we want to clear all this up here. I'm actually going to now clear that. So this is all. I'm going to go back to my other colors. Click on undo. Go undo it. So there we go. Now I'm going to now go to region. Okay, I want to put this in the rows. The reason why I do this is I want to see what's going on in a particular region over in the country. So I'm going to click on region, drag it to rows here, and now I have a breakdown of each region, central, east, south, and west. The dollar sales, profitability I can see, plus I can see all very detailed, more detailed pivot table, right? Okay, so now they want us to save this as a sheet, and we're going to save it as sales by product region. Region. And like I said, all this is in the tutorial, which is online. So if you fall behind or you're not able to follow this real clearly because I'm up here and you're back there, it's very easy to see on your computer, HTML interactive. It has an active video features. Okay. Okay. So we created this particular sheet. Now we're going to create another sheet. We're going to copy this one onto another sheet. So I'm going to right-click on this and duplicate. And so I get the same thing, but I don't want to call it this. I'm going to call this sales in the South because we're going to look for southern states in this particular one. Okay, so obviously I'm not in the South right now, but we'll fix that shortly. Okay. So in this worksheet now, I'm going to drag region. Okay, into the filter shelf. So the filters are up here, and I get a filters box that comes up, right? And I'm going to clear out everything but South. Okay, so now I want to tell you something. So here, depending where your state's located, you could do something differently, right? So if your state is in, let's say, the west, the state of California. Okay, so let's take out all this. Let's do the west, and you would have only the western sales in the south. But so if you understand what I'm saying, so you can filter down by region or filter by state. I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to do the region again. I do it for the south actually. This says sales in the south. So. Okay, now I want sales in the South. And so I can see that the South is some items that obviously aren't doing well. They weren't doing well in the past. Let's see what happened here in 2018. It still doesn't give me a lot of detail about where it's not doing poorly or doing poorly in the South, but at least now I've filtered everything out. Now if I want to go to a state, okay, in the South, I just drag state over to here. Get a filter box here, and then I could choose a state. So when you choose your states for your Tableau project, once you filter down the region, it's easy then, or you can just skip the region altogether. It's good to have a region for context for your state. You go click your state. So if you have California, you can go to the West region and you click on the filter the state into the filter box up here, and then you get the filter drop down over here. And you would click on California. That would be your state, okay? In this case here, we want to, we're not doing state here, per se, this demo, but that's how you would get to the state very easily. So, what I wanted to show you now, so we could just do Florida, okay, and that would be a result for Florida, and then we go on to the rest of the project, looking at individual cities, looking at individual products, and years, okay? And give me a reason, explanation about what's going on. Okay, but I'm going to undo that part. I don't want it to state. So we have the sales in the South, this big region, right? Okay, you want to save the file now? So file save as, I'm just going to say, what do they want to save it as? I'm just going to say sales in the South. South. Says 2019-B6. So it's our section, right? Save. I've saved my project in Tableau directory. And it's a good idea not to change where Tableau asks you to save things. You just follow the recommended guidelines. Okay. So we've gone to this part with the regions. Okay, now we're going to build a map view. Okay, so we have the sales in the South. We're going to build a map view. Okay, so we're going to click on here, and we're back to a blank worksheet here, but we're going to identify the geographical data. We can make a map with it. Okay, so we have a new worksheet down here in the bottom. Okay, we're going to add. We're going to double click on state here. Just double click on it. And you can see now, this didn't show very well on my computer last time I was here, because my computer was offline. So the state here, United States, and now all of our, so we're back to a large data set, right? So we're going to have to trim it back to the region. So we're going to drag region to the filter shelf. Go over here, and we're going to do the same step we did before. I'm going to focus on the south this time. Click on OK, and now it's the south, okay, but it doesn't look very informative, right? So we need to add more information. We're going to add sales. Now we're going to find the sales measure, add this to color. So now I have the state colors, right? So what I did is I drag sales onto color. I can also do that with profit. Okay, so I got profit to color, and here is blue and orange diverging. You can change it red and green diverging, which I won't do because we showed that before. Okay. So, here's our map view. So now we want to call this the profit map. Now, when you do your cities, it may be very difficult to see the individual cities. They won't show up as a color like this because the state is where the cities aren't broken down into subsections in the state in a map type of view. So we may end up having to use labels, for example. Okay. So for example, if you want to do labels, you can show here, for example, just drag sales onto the label. Then your sales here, drag profit onto the label. Profit here, and you can click on state, okay, and label. Okay, so this is one way to identify the state, information on a high level, and then also you get the city, we do the same thing for the city, okay? So what I did is I dragged the different variables onto, measures onto the label. So what I did is I took sales, dragged onto label. Now I have it right there. The profit, drag onto the label. And I took the state and put it onto the label. Okay, so that's a high-level view. You can also do other kinds of information like percentages, et cetera, but let's keep it simple this time around. Okay. Okay, so now I want to. So I have the profit map. I have to finish naming it. Called profit map. Okay. Now I'm going to also. I want to duplicate this one again. So I'm going to duplicate. Okay, and I'm going to call this one here negative profit bar chart. So this tells me that something else is going to happen to this map. Bar chart. Okay, so obviously I have a bar chart here. So how do I get a bar chart? Okay, I'm going to go to Show Me up here, and Tableau will highlight or put more darker colors or vivid colors, show you the graphics that are available for your use, given the data that you've set up in columns and rows, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so don't try to click on something that's not darkened because you won't be able to use it. But in this case here, the horizontal bars are highlighted, so we will try that. And sure enough, we have some negative profits and some sales figures, right? Okay, so we have profit. In fact, what I want to do is I think I'm going to take the sales off. We're looking at profit only, right? So let's take this drag sales off. Take the sum sales off, I'm sorry. Drop over here. And now we just have a profit, okay? So because I'm not interested in sales, let's look at profitability this time. So I see I have three states that are low profit, that are negative profit, these ones here, these three southern states of Florida, North Carolina, and Tennessee. So I'm going to click on and drag down all three, and I'll get a box that comes up, and I'm going to keep only those 3 states. Now I have this view here. I'm going to close off the show me so you can see what's going on. Okay, I have 3 negative profits, right? Okay, so we have now, we've got to create now, we want to see what the cities are that are creating this problem, right? So we're going to click on the rows column here, on the state, we're going to click on this positive icon here, and now we get all the cities. So there's quite a few cities here. You know, I guess you could run through here and pick out the negative ones, but we don't, you know, there's an easy way to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a topic filter, it's called. Okay, so we want to drag a city to the filter shelf. So make sure we add a filter. Okay, so this is okay here. This is okay. And we want to click on top up here. Okay. And we're going to do by field. It's going to be by bottom. I'm going to do 10. And it's big profit. For this, so this measure here will be profit and by sum. Okay, so again, it's under top. So we were in general before. We first open it up, we want to stay there. We want to go to top. And get the bottom 10 by profit and sum. And we have now some cities, Burlington and Jacksonville, which doesn't look right. You know, I think there was more cities we saw than that before. We should at least get 10, right? If we saw more than 10 that were negative. So we may have to add some context to our filters here. So I'm going to click on this here and click add to context. So now I have some more cities, right? You know, the bottom ones here. But the problem is that I have a negative one here, which I'm going to try to remove. I tell you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is click on all these here, and it didn't work. I have to do it through here. And then X that. Okay, you can click on this here. And we're going to exclude this. The one city that's, so now our cities here are negative profit. Okay? So we have the right number of, we have a good number of negative cities we know. We excluded the one that was positive. Now we need to know what's causing the problem in these cities. Okay, so we're going to take the subcategory, we're going to drag it to the row shelf. Okay, so now we're seeing all the categories by item, drag profit to color, and now we're seeing it by the type of product it is and whether it's profitable or not for that city, okay? This is the kind of step you're going to do for your state, okay? So I'll show you here Florida, but you'll do that for your state, whether it's California, or New Jersey, New York, or what other states are at this time, okay? Okay, so we have the filter here. Now we can do also, we're going to right click order date. Here, click on order date. We're going to show filter. And now I can do I can filter down the city. Also do subcategory, show filter. So now I have a really good tool, way to drill down. So let's say I want to look at Jacksonville, right? So just seeing all my cities here. I want to look at art, let's say, and see how it did, right? So they're making money with art. So you're going to have to explore your state and certain cities you want to focus on and look at different products. So if I was looking at this, I'd say, oh my goodness, there should be some more art in these cities here because it's doing very well, right? And And that's the one comment you can make when we get to that section. But okay, we're doing very, very well with this particular product. For some reason, the Southerners love art. They're buying it, they're making money. So why aren't we selling more art? So that's the kind of analysis you want to do. You drill down every, depending on the city, on the type of items they're selling, see where they're losing money, where they're making money. Let's look at some other items. Let's say, in art, let's look at, we saw machines, right? Tables. So let's look at tables. The tables, my goodness, I'm not going to sell tables anymore. Right? That table is losing money in Concord, North Carolina. It's a huge loss. So that's one thing to recommend, that we shouldn't sell tables anymore. Our company is wasting our, we're losing money, it's offsetting our sales and our profits. So that's the kind of thinking you want to do as an auditor in this case, okay? You're being asked by your firm, by your company as an accountant to give analysis of where sales are losing or where the profit's losing and where it's gaining. So here I would say, my goodness, these are really bad, right? So, then I do, that's how it would work. So I'm going to go back and do it all again. So we're back to our view here. Now, there's a few other things we can do, but I'm going to skip now. I want to get to build the dashboards. So we're going to go to our secondary icon over here. So you have one here for sheets, and then the second one, which is for dashboard. Click on that, and we can actually now start, we can build our dashboard. So I'm going to call this, we're going to do sales in the south to the empty dashboard. Okay. And also going to throw in profit map on the top. So you see I have two of my sheets in there, okay, for the dashboard. So I want to arrange my dashboard to neaten it up a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm going to get rid of the region here because it's sort of repetitive here. So I'm going to just get rid of the show header, and I'll get rid of it there. And I'm also going to do that with the categories too. I'm going to not show header, get rid of that there. I don't need this either, so I'm going to right click on this and hide title. In the profit map, I'm going to hide title. Okay, so I have now these items here which are, that looks a little cleaner, right? Okay. So now I'm going to I have, my filters are not repeating itself, so I have to follow that stuff. Okay. So I want to move the order date, maybe. Okay, I want to take the year of order date here, right click on it, and I want to make this a floating. Okay. And I'm going to move it. This works this time. Move it over here. Okay. And then I'm going to also go to the filter here and make this a single value slider right over here. So now I can basically change the dates of this one over here strictly by sliding, okay, one way or the other. Okay. So I also want to, I could take this here, and I want to make it my, I'm going to click on it to make it my, I want to make it my, I'm going to make it the filter. So I'm going to click on the filter icon. Here it is. Find the filter icon, and I made it my filter. So ideally, as I'm changing, this thing here should work as a filter. So you see here now we're filtering the data, we're changing the years, and it's working that way. Okay, so we're playing with the dashboard. Now I want to go to the storybook. Okay, so now this is where the part comes in for Tableau Public. Okay, so I want to, let's say I'm going to take my profit map and drag this in here. and we discuss, my caption will be sales, profit in the South, right? In the South. Okay, and when I want to talk about profitability, like a comment, it talks about this, I'm going to drag, add text, and I'm going to say here, profit is not so well, not so good in certain states. And we need to find out why. Okay. Click OK. Okay, so there we have, this is what when you're answering the questions about, or the part of the assignment, before you put this in here, this little caption. So look for the answers, the questions and the captions, very important part. Okay? So then, if we want to duplicate this view, we talk about something else, we just click duplicate, and we get the same view here. I'm going to say here, profit in Florida, say, and then I would change my comment here. I would edit this, right? Click over here, and I would edit this. We just click on it, and Florida lost money this year. So get like metrics on that. Florida's lost money this year. Okay. And so we would go on like that. So then if we want to add a new one, just say blank, we click on blank. And now we have a blank one, and I can say negative profit bar chart here, and I can say, and I can play with this a little bit and say, let's say I want to talk about art. And in this case here, I can say, well, art, I think it's art in the South. And then, and actually the negative profit states, right? These were negative profit states. Profit states. Okay, so, and I can put a caption here, drag text in the box saying, these states to focus on the art. Right, something like this. And you could do the same thing. You could do, then you could just do a blank again, and drag in the negative profit bar chart again over here. And let's say we want to do the tables. And do the same thing, tables in the South, tables. And you would say the same thing, so drag tag text. Tables are the profit. Tables are the negative profit leader. The leading cause for negative profits. Now some people, what they do is they will, type out something in Word and just cut and paste it in here. It's fine. So whatever you feel most comfortable doing. And then click OK. So I think about the story one I'm going to call this sales and this profit in the South. Profit in the South. Okay, so here's my profit in the South. And I think I'm ready to start to share with Professor, right? Okay, so this is how you're going to do that. So first we're going to go to server. Okay, we go to the server section here. Okay. Now you may not have to have a public account, you need to create one, which may slow you down a little bit because you have to wait for them to get back to you with creating the account. Okay, but I want to go to Tableau Public and save to Tableau Public. Now this is not an error in a real sense. So this is an error message, but it means that Tableau doesn't have your data. What's good about Tableau is that Tableau Public is cloud-based. So if you transfer your data over there, then it will allow you to share your project without having to share your data, which is really good for auditors and businesses that don't want to share their data but want to show results or do figures or analyses, right? So I have to extract my data from my computer to the cloud. So I'm going to click OK. This is fine with me. And then what I have to do, click on data. It shows my data here, which I need to extract. Sample Superstore. Okay? data over here. Okay? And this box here looks a little scary, but don't worry, most of it looks like it's all correct. I'm going to click on extract. And of course it asks me if I want to save my data, because I don't want to lose it either. It says a save a copy, send a copy to the cloud. So I'm going to save it. And I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to say, rename it, say Sentence Store. I'm going to call it SS 2019 B6. So I know it's for our class. I'm going to save. Now, I have to go back now to the server and try to open it in Tableau Public. So Tableau Public, and I'm going to save to Tableau Public. And see, it's doing this stuff. So this is, if you get this part here, you know it's done it right. Okay, now I've already Tableau Public logged on and open. We meant to open it at that point. But now we're online. And publish is complete. And what I'm looking for in the assignment is, you see, I have tabs across the top for every page, and I have discussion points that are relate to the graphics, explain, like an answer to questions you're supposed to answer. So I already tell you who the table is the leading cause of negative profits. Art here. Why aren't they selling more art in these states? Okay, it's profitable, right? So I know this is a very basic comment here, but you know, we expect more, but you get the idea, right? So this is what I'm looking for. I want to go across. You have to go this way. And see comments here. So this is one way to do the assignment. Okay, so I'm not looking for anything really super fancy. If you want to get fancy, it's great. You know, it's always helpful. The main thing is I want to make sure that you have graphics to answer the question in the assignment, and that you have page where you tab at the top, these are clearly lined up in the story book, and that also you have comments that relate to the graphics. Okay, to answer the questions or the objective of the assignment. Okay, so I think you guys are good to go. Then also here, you share it with me at the end, with anybody. Okay, so this assignment requires you to go to the assignment portal Blackboard and share your link. Okay, you can also email it to me as backup. But I will not accept the Tableau file, okay? I want the link. Okay, so either you can do embed the code, or provide a link. Okay? So, any questions, or you guys feel better about it now? Okay, so, I know we skipped the steps that we go through in the training, so I'm going to go back and start with step 4 of everything. We're running short on time. So, but that shouldn't be that hard to do. So that's the key, is to make sure you know how to share the Tableau Public, and the saving step is a little difficult, so be careful with that. Other than that, we will meet on Thursday. We're hearing from 47.